Good evening, everyone. Okay, I'm sure everyone can hear me. Um, this is Career Life Nigeria, and Career Life Nigeria is a career-focused non-governmental organization. We are licensed by CAC, and we've been in operation for 4 years now. We seek to aid young career professionals and mid-level professionals by helping them upskill their career through monthly mentorship like this one we are doing right now, so that they can be where they want to be in their career. So for this month of May, the topic we'll be considering is LinkedIn optimization for career growth. We have two facilitators for the day, and they are both HR professionals. Before I go ahead to introduce them, I would like to greet every HR professional in the house, HR intern, anyone in the HR industry. I'd like to say Happy International HR Day. So that was yesterday, but we have to acknowledge the good work you're doing in the industry. So if you are HR and you're on this Zoom call, we celebrate you and we felicitate with you. All right, we have Kemisola Kasali and Matthew Edigbe. The only Matthew I know with just a single T in Matthew. Matthew Edigbe is an experienced HR practitioner with over a decade experience. He's a lecturer, and if you take a look at his LinkedIn profile, he has a lot of certificates. I think at the end of this session, he has to confess to us how many degrees he's had and how many schools he's attended. Kemisola Kasali is also a seasoned HR professional with a wealth of experience in different capacities. She's a coach and also consults for SMEs as a form of corporate social responsibility. Myself and Kemisola, we have something in common. We both attended the same university. I won't tell you which. You'd have to find out. Connect with these facilitators on LinkedIn so that you can pattern your LinkedIn profile according to theirs, and even more than that, the way you'd want it to be. So I welcome everyone again. Good evening. This is Career Life Nigeria. You're welcome. Thank you so much, Matthew Edigbe. Thank you so much, Kemisola Kasali, for doing this with Career Life Nigeria. Now, as I said earlier, we'll be looking at LinkedIn optimization for career growth. And our first speaker for the day is Matthew Edigbe, and he's going to go first. Matthew, over to you.
All right. Thank you so much for this for the invitation. I sincerely appreciate it. And I also want to especially thank Kemisola, because we're doing this together. Kemisola Kasali, thank you so much as well for joining. Both
You
of
are
us
not so audible, Matthew.
Okay, can you hear me now?
It's still faint. Maybe it's from my end, but can any participants on this call hear him clearly? Maybe it's just me.
I can hear him clearly.
Okay, you can hear him clearly. All right, it's clear. Please go ahead.
Okay, so like I said, I want to also thank Kemisola Kasali for joining this call. We'll be doing this together, and also I want to thank Career Life Nigeria. Recognition to year one day, I see you. Thank you. I'm sure you start. I'm very much aware you started this, and I've always been seeing your updates on LinkedIn and how well you have invested your time, efforts, and network in ensuring that young people, young Nigerians, young graduates, and even some of us that are experienced individuals get it right in our career growth, and ensure that we do not make some of the mistakes that you have made personally, and then by, of course, carrying out further education so that we become better and in our fields. Thank you so much, Yewande. And so I've been privileged to, alongside Kemisola, to talk more on LinkedIn optimization. And you see, for us, especially in the career space, especially for those of us who have taken our time to grow to the level where we are today, we didn't just get the success by the school that we have attended or by some of the certification we have got. No, We have gotten to this extent as a result of the network that we have consciously built over the years. And I must be sincere with you that LinkedIn is one of the best place you are going to get the best of network. However, LinkedIn will not just give you this network without you being in the right position. And being in the right position is by ensuring that your LinkedIn profile is well optimized. So I'll take you to the second slide. Let's go. Okay, so I'll quickly tell you about me. So this is just who I am. I'm not any other thing here outside this. Probably it's another feather. So I'm an experienced human resources practitioner with a strong background in consulting and outsourcing, manufacturing, construction, factory operations, and FFCG business. My major interest includes and is not limited to business leadership, people's management and culture, consulting, recruiting, compensation and benefits, learning and development, business development, and data analytics. Thank you so much. So let's move further to the next slide. So now LinkedIn. Can we really can somebody unmute and aside what I have said here on LinkedIn? What do you think LinkedIn is? Aside this, somebody should just tell me what's your thoughts or what are your thoughts when it comes to LinkedIn? Anybody, please. Anyone.
And so I think LinkedIn is a social space specifically for professionals to network and also access opportunities in professional space.
Mm, yes. Yes. Thank you so much. That's a good one. Is anybody else that wants to say something? Anybody else wants to say something?
Okay, it's also a platform.
Go ahead, please. Somebody saying something? Okay,
Yeah,
go ahead, go ahead.
it's also for learning.
Yes, that's a good one. You see, so I have it here. I decided to be sure that we have an understanding and have a little knowledge of what LinkedIn actually is and how it came into existence. So it is an American business employment oriented online service that provides that operates via websites and mobile apps. Launched, of course, in May 5th, 2023, 2003. That platform is primarily used for professional networking and career development. And so anything outside what you hear about LinkedIn, anything apart from this, outside what you've heard, is nothing. LinkedIn is strictly for professional networking. It's not a dating site. I'm so sure some of us would have had instances where people come on people come on the status to complain on how individuals come to DMs, comes to send them messages and saying all sorts of naughty things. No, it is originally for the purpose of professionals, people in the career space, people in the HR space, people in the sales space, people in coaching space to meet each other, get to network, get to exchange some of their career challenges, get to meet individuals who are experts and seniors in their respective career fields, get opportunities to be mentored, get opportunities to be coached and become better person. That is the whole essence as to why LinkedIn actually came into existence. And so many of us as professionals, we have been leveraging on this advantage and becoming better persons. And of course, I see young people too. I see students. I've also had privilege of seeing graduates leveraging on the sole purpose of as to why LinkedIn was originally created and was established for. And I'm so certain that as we continue in this journey, a lot of us we get to understand what LinkedIn is and see how our profile looks like and how we can better adjust it so that, of course, we get to meet the right set of people. One, we also get to have opportunity to meet people who will be ready to coach us and people who will be ready to lead us in our respective defined career field.
Check on
So
that
let's
laptop.
move to the next line. Slide.
Attached
So who can be on LinkedIn? Who are those people that is LinkedIn for just people in the career space? Is it for those people that are already working? So let's say something. Say LinkedIn is a platform for everyone who is looking to advance their career. This can include people from different professional backgrounds, such as business owners, students, as well as job seekers. So it is not just for those of us who are working. No, it is also for business owners, people who own businesses, students who, if people who are still schooling right now in the universities, in the polytechnic, in the polytechnics, college of education, and what have you, to have reasons to take the opportunity of LinkedIn to build your network on time. Are we together? So let's continue. So you can use, oh, please, can you go back to the slide? Yeah, you can use LinkedIn to tap into professional network of professionals, companies, and group within and beyond their industries. You don't necessarily need to have LinkedIn because you want to have relationship with only those in the HR space. No, LinkedIn has come into existence for you to be able to tap into different network. On my profile today, I have relationship and networks with organization CEOs, colleagues in the HR space, individuals in the sales industry, individuals in the engineering and manufacturing industry. Now, I've taken this opportunity because I am so certain that sooner or later, I will need their help. Sooner or later, I will need a coaching from them. Sooner or later, I will need advice from them. And how do I get it? It's when I have the privilege of posting it on my status. And of course, when I post it on my status and I tag some of them, I can tag if I need excuse me, if I need advice on or let's say careers or career advice, if I need education on coaching, I can just put it on my status and I just tag Yewan Jinodi. She's going to see it and she will like, this is my field, and she will just come to my DM and of course reply me immediately. Matthew Adigbe, this is what you can do. And so it is not just limited to what some of us see it to be. I see somebody post sometime on status and say that he is not accepting connections from some set of person. And I went to his DM to ask him, as a senior professional, why would you say this? And he said, most people come to my DM to ask me for money. And I said, yeah, most people come, but not everybody. Some of us wants to connect with you so we can have privilege of getting advice from you. Some of us wants to connect with you so that we have privilege of, tapping from your own network as well, and not just to come and ask for money. And so this gives us reasons to understand that LinkedIn is for everyone. Anybody can be on LinkedIn. So let's move to the next slide. Trying to take my time, please. So how best can we optimize our profile? Between Thursday until today, I've been checking people's profile on LinkedIn, and I get to ask myself some questions that what is actually going on? Why are people's profile like this? There's a way you put your profile, and that's why some persons, when you send connections to some individuals, they don't accept your connection. It's not because they are trying to feel big or feel important. Every one of us are important. There is nobody that is less important. We're all important. And also because there's a way you put your profile, and somebody will see it and like, I can't accept this person. No. I'm sure Gino do understand where an individual who works as an HR officer somewhere, probably because it's a small business, and on the profile start on the headline, you will see group human resources manager. You understand? You see group human resources manager, and by the time you say, okay, let me connect to this person and bring this person on board, and by the time you're seeing the resume, you just see 1 year experience. Probably the guy or the lady is just doing an HR officer role. And so we'll look at how best we can, you know, optimize our profile that will make be suitable to attract people to us, attract jobs to us, and of course attract more network. The first one is use a good photo background. If you have a LinkedIn, I'm sure 27 of us online has a LinkedIn profile. What kind of photograph are you using? How is the background of your picture? How is it like? Are you using a picture with red background? What is LinkedIn like? LinkedIn is white and blue. So why are you bringing red there? Are you getting my picture? Are you getting my concern? If you bring red into it, a red background picture, what that means is that the red will attempt to overshadow the blue, while the white, which is the background of the LinkedIn profile itself, will just be there. And so somebody like me that sees it, will like, no, 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 something is not going on, something is not right here. And for me, I've had instances where I correct people immediately. I just go to your DM and just send a connection to you and just see how best I can educate you. And so many persons have taken this education without any sense of being angry or anything. Then the next one is you need to utilize the background photo. The background of your picture, of the photo you are using for your LinkedIn, speaks a lot about you when it comes to brand management. Every individual I tell my colleagues at work that you are a brand on your own. If you present yourself looking very good, people get attracted to you, people get to like you, people get to say, wow, Matthew, you're nice. But if you're not coming out well, if you're not presenting yourself in a good form, nobody sees you. Nobody wants to get anything to do with you. There are individuals that will send connections to you. You'll be so happy to quickly accept them. When I first got a connection from a senior mentor 2 years ago, when the connection came, I was like, wow. I needed to be sure if he was the one. I accepted it and I went to his DM to ask, are you the one, sir? And he was like, yes, I am. And so I have presented myself in that position for me to get attracted by top professionals, to get attracted by individuals who will like me, not just because of my profile, but because of what I stand for and the extent at which I intend to build my network. Okay. The third one is fill out your work experience. Say there is no experience that is negative. There is no experience that is poor. There is no experience that is bad. I started my HR career as an intern. I started very, very low. I started from the least position of my resources, the least. And I grew steadily, steadily. I was in the consulting industry when somebody recommended me to a polytechnic to become a part-time lecturer. I was there. I had the privilege of growing. So sometimes you see persons who say, I'm doing HR now. I have done sales before. And so because of that, they take off sales from their profile and leave strictly HR. Who says HR too does not sell? We sell now. As HR practitioners, we sell. We have reasons to sell our company. I sell my organizations to people almost every day. I sell almost every day. In my organization today, I designed a dress code policy where a particular working day of the week we come in the organization's branded attire, branded t-shirt. So at that time, at that day, for this particular day, we have instances where people look at us twice and like, oh, let me get to tell you about my company, and I tell them about my company, what we do, and we get good clients, we get good distributors. I've brought distributors not one, not two, without even having a sales experience. So who says an HR person cannot sell? We've seen people transit from sales to HR. We've seen HR, I can't count 3 HR practitioners that I know, good friends that transit from human resources to sales. And they are doing well. They are regional HR sales managers now of 2 different multinationals that I know of. We all started the HR career at the same time, but they decided to transit to sales, and they're doing well today. The HRO experience is still in their respective profile. So the question is, what are we doing? Why can't we keep every of our experience? I've been in a discussion before where a trainer, a moderator said, you don't need to keep all your experience on your LinkedIn. You need to keep the top 5. And I asked, what is the evidence to prove that, for instance, I graduated from school, I graduated from the university in 1980, and the first or the least experience you are seeing on my LinkedIn profile states 1995. So does it mean that from 1980 I graduated from the university to 1995 I have not been working or I've been doing nothing? And she couldn't say anything to me. She couldn't give me a response. So that's it. You don't need to hide any of your experience. Keep everything on your profile. An individual, a business owner can just look at your profile and see a particular experience that you've got and invite you. I've invited somebody based on experience that was shared, not on the recent job that he was doing, but an experience that he has already gotten before. And I brought him on board and we work together currently as we speak. And so the next is you need to include your skills, academic qualifications, academic certifications and qualifications. Please, you don't need to hide. If you check my profile, you know, I get mocked usually by my friends. They'll tell you, Matthew, you've gotten all the academic qualification. And I was like, no, I had a privilege. I had opportunity. I had opportunity and I don't need to hide it. I don't need to say, I don't need to tell you, oh, because some organization may not be able to pay me. I will hide one of my master's degree and keep another master's degree. No, you don't need to do that. You can share all what you've got. The numbers of academic qualifications you've got, the numbers of academic certification you've got, let's all be there. That makes up your profile very well. That sells who you are. That sells you totally. In totality, it sells you. When it comes to certifications, put all. You don't need to keep everything. Don't say, my certifications are too much. No, I have gotten, I get um, invites almost sometimes 3 or 4 in a week. Invites. People just recommend me. Some business owners, senior HR professionals, group HR directors come to my DM. I say, Matthew, I like your profile. Can you share your resume with me? And like that. Now, it's not because I am not putting all those qualifications there because I want people to get attracted. I'm putting them there because I have got all. I have got all. So I don't need to hide any. Don't hide them. Keep them. A senior mentor, the current group human resources director and shared service of Flower Me, immediate past president of Cheddar Institute of Personnel Management and council chairman, is a registered engineer. He had his first degree and second degree in mechanical engineering. Yes, he is an engineer to the core. He has a certification in Korean. He's a member of Nigerian Society of Engineers. But guess what? He's practicing human resources. So are we going to say, is he going to say that because he's in HR space, he's going to hide his engineering background? No, he's not going to do that. There was a time I had privilege of meeting with him at Flower Me and Papa. He invited me and we had a discussion. I was like, boss, you're holding your engineering background. You're easily to intimidate some of us who actually study business admin or study human resources. I was like, Matthew, it is not about what you have studied. It's about who you are. Bring your academic qualification. If you studied LCT, if you studied chemistry, it doesn't matter. I know of friends I know somebody who studied biochemistry. He's a senior sales professional in one of the top 5 manufacturing company in Nigeria. That's not what he has studied. So is he going to say that he wants to add it? No. No. So please keep everything you have and let everybody see it. And the next one is, which is very important, please be active. Be active on LinkedIn. Don't stay idle. Don't just keep yourself. Yes, we have two different type of profiling. You have the premium and the free part. Yeah. If you don't have money to pay for premium and the free, please come on. Be very active. Like comments. You go through comments that you see it that is interesting. You can like. You can also put your own thoughts. You can share. If you go to my status today, some status that some discussions are like, I just share them. I share, I like, and I comment. So try to be active. Don't just own a profile and just leave it like that. No, be active on it. Let's look at the next slide. Trying to speed up my time. Okay, now see, look at what I've got on my profile. Very simple. You see Matthew Digbe, Human Resources Manager, Zenfix, Nigeria. And so you cannot see career counselor, talent management, this, that, this, that. Make it brief. If I open your profile, I just want to see something. What do I want to see? I want to see that, oh, this person is this person. He is this at this place. That's what is important for me. So every other part of it that is your skill comes underneath your headline. LinkedIn has made it so easy that immediately after your headline, you cannot tell us about what you can do. So when it comes about talks about policy making, emotional intelligence, recruitment, consultancy, operational development, and talent management and strategy, you'll find Matthew. You see, as brief as it is. And so, but it's sometimes we just see people who say they're talent managers and they are this and that. So I need to now go down to the profile to now see what the person, what he or she currently does, or probably where he or she works. No busy director, no busy business owner has that time to want to go that. If I should just search your name on LinkedIn, Matthew DB, it should just show Human Resources Manager as Zenfix. I don't need to click. Not every one of us has that time to click. Yeah, sometimes you apply for a job and we get your CVs and like, oh, so person, let me see his profile on LinkedIn. I want to just search Matthew DB. I want to see that, oh, he's a sales manager at this place. He's a this, that, he works with this. As simple as it is. Once I'm getting that, I don't need to now start opening because I already have your resume with me. I'm trying to round up, so let's look at the next slide. All right, so any question?
Thank you so much, Mr. Matthew. I think we should take the question after Kemisola's presentation.
All right, thank you so much. Thanks for the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you so much for doing this with us. So our next speaker is Kemisola Kasali, and as I said earlier, she's also a seasoned HR professional with wealth of experience in different capacities. She's going to speak with us right now. Over to you, Ma, Kemisola.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Can you all hear me?
Loud and clear, ma'am.
Okay. Oh, good evening. Rather, it's evening. Okay. I will try to be very brief. Thank you, Matthew, and thank you for that hyping. Okay, LinkedIn optimization. How to optimize your LinkedIn profile for better visibility. I will not be reiterating all that he has said. I will try to keep it short and simple as much as I can. Okay, so 1 minute. Okay, so can we go to the next slide? We've been hearing LinkedIn optimization. In fact, it's like a course to everyone. And then some people will be asking, what is actually LinkedIn optimization? Okay, LinkedIn optimization. So LinkedIn profile optimization, it's a kind of giving yourself that professional brand, that image. I would like to ask a question. If you see glow, once you see glow, something registers in your mind. I don't want. I've mentioned the brand, so let me use something else. Let me just mention it. When you say glow with pride, the first thing that comes in your mind is, oh, it's Glow that uses that slogan. You also see, I'm trying to remember one or two other ones. You know, they have their slogan. They've already created that image, 080 Ninja for life. Once you hear 080 Ninja for life, the first thing that comes to your mind is it's seller. They've been able to create that brand for themselves. And so same with LinkedIn optimization. So you're asking yourself, what is it all about, apart from the English, the grammar that we are trying to put here and there? So it's just about you upgrading your LinkedIn profile to become more visible and marketable on LinkedIn. It's you creating that enticing professional personality for yourself. It's not about saying so much. Just make very, very, very brief. Tell us what you do, your personality, who you are. At a glance, we could say, oh, we are not confusing you for You know, sometimes when you go for interviews, you say, I worked in so, you tell them my name is, I worked in maybe Niger audience or something. And then the question is, so do you work there as a carpenter or what? It's not like that. You're not being confused for something else. So LinkedIn optimization, profile optimization is basically telling your audience what you do, who you are, and what you're expert in. That's what Matthew had said. It actually distinguishes you, sets you apart from every other HR person. You know, when we say you are an HR person, Matthew said it's good with on his LinkedIn profile, he wrote policy, probably policy advocacy, then you know that, oh, this person is strictly majoring in policy advocacy. Some could just be talent acquisition. So you just know that this person is into talent acquisition. Even if you say that you are a doctor, yes, we have doctor, a doctor physician, you have a doctor surgeon, a dentist doctor, you have a neurologist doctor. They're all doctors, but what exactly is your specialization? So that's what LinkedIn profile optimization is about. Next slide. Okay, so what LinkedIn is not? What LinkedIn is not? Okay, so I want to say this. LinkedIn profile optimization is not about spending hours on LinkedIn. Some people just believe that, oh, because I want to have online presence, I must spend 18 hours of my time or 5 hours of my time on LinkedIn. Sure, no, that's not LinkedIn profile optimization. It has nothing to do with that, as a matter of fact. So sharing lengthy posts, people's stories, making plenty comments, sharing others as in other people's stories, there is not. I'm not saying that I'm getting somewhere. So you may not agree with me on this, but I'm getting somewhere. So it's not about sharing lengthy posts, plenty comments, tagging half of your network. Some people are just in the habit of, you want to say something, you tag everybody in the whole world. Pardon me for, you are tagging this, tagging that, tagging. Yes, there's a place of tagging, there's a place of hashtag. I agree with you, but then that's not what being visible on LinkedIn is all about. That's not all that it's all about. Posting events and pictures, you just want to say a story about something, then the next thing is just saying your pictures. Some people have now made it their wedding anniversaries, they got married, they went to registry, birthdays, and the likes. They're already sharing it on LinkedIn. My co-facilitator Martin said it's not about you, it's not about you. I'm trying to remember that word he used. It's not about you, putting things. It's about you. Okay, we are still saying what it is not. So let me not, I don't want to be tempted to say what it is. So it's not you putting about events, birthdays, and so many things that we begin to see on LinkedIn these days. So talking too much about yourself. Yes, you can, yes, you are creating a professional brand for yourself. You're creating that brand for yourself, but it's not about talking about yourself, that makes you visible. That's not what LinkedIn optimizes. That's the common mistake people make. They make that mistake of saying has on LinkedIn, once this person talks, whether it is relevant or not, you want to put your mouth there, you want to, no. That's not what LinkedIn optimization is about. Okay, so next slide. Okay, so what it is. So LinkedIn optimization, thanks for my co-facilitator. He has made the work a whole lot easier for me. So I'm not saying those plenty things he has said. So just have a well-crafted LinkedIn profile, which he has obviously taken us through. He gave us the history, how LinkedIn came into existence. So you just have a well-crafted LinkedIn profile. And then you create a professional brand, that image, what you want people to see. I was speaking with a mentor of mine. He said, Kemi, I can only let you see the side of me I want you to know about me. And the same thing with social media. They just want you to see a side of them that you want to see, you want to know. That's all. So that brand, that thing you want people to know about you is what you're putting out there. You're putting that information. And then, so what it is again, it is publishing publishing strategy with a well-structured content. Earlier I said it's not about you just putting things out there. You woke up this morning, you feel that you did an interview this morning, somebody spoke to you rudely, or somebody spoke with somebody, and then you come to social media, LinkedIn, and say you are just telling us the story. So having a publication strategy, like publishing strategy. What I mean by that is, if you're asking yourself, what strategy, what's the purpose of this content? What's the purpose? What's the purpose? What is the reason behind is? What's the rationale? What's the objective? What do you want to achieve? You need to ask yourself that question. You need to be more strategic in posting. We sometimes, just go online. Let me use an instance. There's some people that I don't even read their posts. I don't read. Same thing with WhatsApp status. I don't just do that because I see it as a waste of my time. Are you just that kind of person that you just come on LinkedIn because you feel like talking? Everybody's talking. That's the way you get optimized, or that's the way you become visible. You're just talking. Everybody wants to talk. In fact, LinkedIn is becoming like that. Everybody is saying something. It's becoming so noisy. That's not what it is. What it is you just want you want to create a profile that make you visible and stand out and command the kind of audience you want. There are some people that once I see their post on LinkedIn, I just want to read. That's the kind of audience you want to get. You want to be visible and marketable. You're not just visible, you just want to be marketable. That's the strategic part of it. You're not just visible, but you're also marketable. So visibility is different from marketability. So you want to become marketable, then you have to be strategic with your post, with your content, with a well-structured content. Yes, you want to talk about a candidate that was rude, but you can come up with a well-structured content to give people an understanding of what you're saying, provide solution, and then keep it simple. That's the KIISS. That's the KISS strategy. Keep it short and simple. That's the strategy that I always love to keep to. Another thing is comment and like content that resonates with your values, interests, and philosophies. That's another thing I see on LinkedIn. Everybody wants to make comment here, comment there, including the ones that are not relevant. Somebody just make a comment, and everybody was just laughing. And at an instant is somebody saying, "Oh, a candidate came for interview today," and then my colleague told me, he said, I can't spend more than 30 minutes of my time. And everybody was now laughing. It was on LinkedIn. It was a Twitter comment, but the person shared it on LinkedIn. And I'm like, okay, so what is the message about this now? So comment and like content that resonates with. I'm not done with that slide. Sorry. Make comments that share content that resonates with your interests, your values, your philosophies, and the like. So make sure that it will actually resonate with who you are, your philosophies, your values, your interests, so that you are able to make objective comments. And people, it's been about deliberate. I've been deliberate with what you do. Don't forget that that is the part of you want people to see. So if you're always saying everything about everybody, there's some things I will never comment on, even if it was interesting and sweet. And that's not the kind of image I want to create out there for people to see about me. The image I want people to see, I have to be very, very disciplined about it. So if I'm saying something, it has to be my values, that has to be my interest. It doesn't have to be ordinary HR. It could be on anything that that you have interest in. So you are commanding that to respect that audience that you that image you want people to see about you. Then the use of LinkedIn features. Some of us we are not used to LinkedIn features. I'll share some of them later on. Then you create that online presence on LinkedIn. My colleague, my co-facilitator has already said so. He said you should connect with others. Yes, you cannot have that visibility if you are not connecting with others. So next slide, thank you. Okay, building a credible LinkedIn profile. He has done justice to that. Your profile session, he showed us one, captivating headlines, good. So if you feel that you have multiple skills, like you are multi-talented, maybe you have HR, you have HR talent acquisition, you have brand management, you have corporate communication, just put it talent acquisition / brand management / corporate management, anything, just put it / in your profile session. He showed us one, so I don't need to do that again. Then captivating headlines. Tell us a sweet story about yourself. Headlines that headlines can actually help you when we call it the search engine. So when recruiters come online and they just want to search for a word, a keyword. Let me use the word keyword about what about say I'm searching for an HRBP, or I'm searching for a business analyst. There's some keywords I would likely use so as a recruiter. So when you use that captivating headlines, it can help in getting connected with you easily. About you, my co-facilitator already mentioned that. Tell us about you, what you do. Keep it short and simple. Keep it short and simple, and just tell us your achievements, what you've been able to do. When you're telling us about yourself, don't be, when you put your work experience, yes, Matthew said put in your work experience. What I see is people just put their JDs. No, would have opportunities apart from your, I apply for a job right now, and they say put in my LinkedIn, share your LinkedIn profile. Apart from your CV, we want to see something different on your LinkedIn profile. That's what it is. So I've gone through your resume. I've gone through your cover letter. So what it is, what have I not seen from everything I've looked at? I want to see something different from your profile page, from your write-up. I want to see something different. So now you have to now ensure that you are not just, your JD is what you do on a daily basis. Don't be tax oriented. You don't be activities oriented. Be tax oriented. You want to know, there are tax. Tax is, for instance, we want to recruit a talent analyst or a business analyst or a talent acquisition person. That's the tax. That's the tax. Now, activities is what are the things we will be doing to recruit a business analyst or a talent acquisition person. Those are the activities. We are not interested in those activities. We are interested in those tasks. So when you are projecting yourself out there, put those tasks there. We are not interested in those activities because, it can be very boring. And once you are trust recruiters, 1 minute, 2 minutes, they've scanned through your CV and they're moving to another person. They've scanned through your profile and your LinkedIn profile and they've moved on. So what is that thing? Your license, your certifications, your award should be there. Put them on LinkedIn. Let them see that, oh, you have a license, you are a licensed whatever, whether it's HR or a doctor or something. Just put it out there, your certification, your skills. You are trying to sell yourself. Recommendation. That's another aspect that you need to know. You've been working for 2-3 years, or you have not even worked at all. What about your referees? Let them say something about you on LinkedIn. It's like you're getting their buying to say, you know what, this person have worked with me so time. May not be in a formal setting, but the little relationship I've been able to develop, I feel this person is great with communication skills. I feel this person is great with problem solving, is tactical, is this, is that. Let that person make comments about you. It's further selling your ability on LinkedIn. You're being strategic about it. They're selling it on your behalf. There's something we say that there is an advocate where you are not there. There's some people that is advocating for you. So they are advocating for you they are using their connection, their experience to sell. You are leveraging on their experience. And then people could say, oh, imagine Yomi Fashion recommending you for a job, and he gave a recommendation, say, oh, I've worked with BC, I've worked with Matthew, I've worked with Favor, I've worked with Bemisola Morayo and all that. It will further boost, especially those multinational and well-structured organizations. They want to see who is recommending you, and they don't be selfish. When people are recommending you, recommend others. Next slide. Thank you. I try to be very, very fast. I don't have plenty slides. I think I have a few of them. So further talking about a credible profile. You've told us about your competencies, and I said tax oriented, not activities oriented. Use professional photos. I have seen so many people that they don't have photos on their LinkedIn profile. Research shows that people who put profile pictures on their LinkedIn have opportunities for their profile to be viewed 4 times than those that do not even have their profile on their LinkedIn. Their pictures on their LinkedIn profile. So please don't go and use pictures that you are snapping with your friend. You're not cut part of it. No, go to studio, have a photo shoot. There's some people, it's just except your phone is very, very, very good. You have a very good what's it called? picture background, and make sure it's a plain background, if it is white, if it is blue. And then you have a frame for, you have a space for your picture, and then you have a background where you can capture your information. Now, have a background apart from I'm going to show us, apart from your photo, there are also the background where you can make a few comments about what you do. It's actually an image. You can design an image for yourself to say, oh, for me as an HR, I would say HR is not a thing of, it's not an activities, it's an habit. It's actually an excellent. You just come up with something, saying something about what you do in a picture form. It further projects you out there. Now, like I said, you have to put keywords for the sake of search engines, for the sake of search engines optimization, that's SEO on LinkedIn. So when a recruiter wants to search for keywords, you understand what those keywords will help you to be easily found by your recruiter. Then places you have worked, I mentioned that. Your achievements, please put your achievements. Edit your LinkedIn URL. I'll tell us what that means later on. You need to also edit your LinkedIn URL to match your name. Yes, you need to do that. Add and accept invitations to connect with others. Be active and update you regularly. So I said that it's not about spending 15 hours on LinkedIn. Trust me. Yes, you can come every day, 30 minutes, 20 minutes. You can even come twice in a week. You can even come twice in a week. You can. It's just about what you want to do. It is being strategic. There are different things. You want to be visible, you want to be marketable, and be strategic about the approach you want to use. I cannot do all of that now because I'm actually watching my time seriously. I've been given 30 minutes. So correct all the grammatical and spelling errors, take your time, don't be in haste, correct it. Anything you feel it actually work, you need to be checking your profile. And then LinkedIn is actually good with giving you an analysis. I think the AIs and activities that's ongoing on your profile. You see so many, the number of people that actually viewed your profile, number of people that searched where they work, what they do. It's a form of feedback, and ask yourself, what are they looking for? Why are they viewing my profile? When they view my profile, what am I getting a commensurate value in terms of people coming to me and say, oh, I love your profile. I've seen people reach out to me to say, oh, I love your profile, I love what you do, I want to connect with you because of XYZ. Now, it is being strategic about what you are doing. It is being, people want to resonate with what they see. So it's not just about, don't have many errors, spelling errors. Keep it simple as much as you can. Check your spelling error, grammatical errors, and be sure that you're projecting yourself rightly. Thank you. You don't want to be disqualified because of errors that could have been avoided. Thank you. Next slide. So this is a LinkedIn profile sample. You can see a couple of people out there, and you can see the blue image. That is where the cursor is actually on. Now, some people further put comments on those images. You can have the comment to say, I think I've mentioned that before, to say HR is an excellent, or is an activities, or is that this, that. I'm just giving an instance. I'm not saying that is what HR is. Please don't quote me. So you can see what the headline is, the person's name, a senior sales manager, and is a cloud network and architecture person, a distributive computing and computing. No, that's saying what you do. And that's where the search engine, I talked about search engine. So that's what the search LinkedIn search engine would be able to pick to say, okay, this person is good in architect, is a network architecturist, or this person is a cloud analyst, or this person is it has knowledge about CRM. So let's go to the next slide. This is just a sample of your profile, of different people's profile. This is another sample. Now look at the picture. That's the picture of the person, but look at the background. Look at the background. For seeing this background, okay, this person would have been like an analytical person, or someone that is into numeric things. So it gives you an idea of beautiful. Look at what Nuzo, look at his profile, his headline, what he's saying. He's a proven banking and global finance executive strategy. Now look at the background. The background tells you numbers. It is practically telling you numbers. So what is the idea behind this? What's the rationale behind this? What is the strategy behind this? For instance, um, we have audible audiovisual learners, and you have audio learners, visual learners, and audiovisual learners. So peradventure you are not able to capture those words, you can capture it by picture. So looking at my background, showing you numbers, gives you an idea that this is a number person, this is a finance person, or this is an accountant, or this is, it doesn't mean it's an accountant, but it gives you an idea that this person is a number person. So if you are an athletic or a coach or something should be able to tell us, apart from words, give a background that tells us who you are. So look at the next person here. That's the Tony. Tony tells us that he's a proven CFO and a VP finance, tax, accounting, audit, and treasury. They all have numbers, signs at their background. So you need to have such on your background. Thank you. Next slide. So LinkedIn optimization, customizing your URL. I use an example. What is not customized? This is not customized. I use my as an example, www.linkedin.com/in/kemisola-m/kasali-12345676666b. That's not a customized URL. So what does it mean to have a customized LinkedIn URL? It means that you remove the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just remove everything. We're not interested in knowing that. Just customize your URL. Like, you don't have those numbers. So I'm going to be teaching us on how to do that today. You want to learn everything about LinkedIn optimization, profile optimization. So that's what we want to do. Next slide. Next slide. Can you hear me? I have just 2 minutes, so I'm trying to rush. Okay, so how can you customize your URL? So go to the top, your profile page, go to the me icon. You can see the me icon. I would prefer if you can help me point to that me icon. You can see my picture, and then the me there at the top right corner. Yes, that's the me icon. The me icon actually. Now, when you go to the me icon at the top of your home page, you will see view profile. You can see view profile. When you when you click on your view profile, you will see edit public profile and URL. You can see it's already projected on your screen. Edit profile, public profile, and URL. When you see that, you click on that too. Then you have edit your custom URL. Thank you for that. My co-facilitator is already helping me with that. So you see that at the top right rail of your profile. Just go to the main icon, you see view profile, and just at the top right of your page, you see edit profile, public profile, and URL. Then you see edit your custom URL. Then remove the 1, 2, 3 or whatever thing, just remove everything. The numbers, remove it, and then you can put, if it's your name is Kemisola, put Kemisola. Your surname, make sure you put your name. Don't put KHEMMI. You know how we used to customize our no. Put your full name. The number, characters. There's a guide to say. Okay, so it says your custom URL must contain 3 to 100 letters or numbers. So those are the acceptable characters. Symbols or special characters are not used. So when you put symbols and special characters, you will not be able to customize it. You will not be able to save it. What is really acceptable is letters and numbers. So, but then the idea is you want to customize it to be your name. So remove the numbers and put just your name, like you can see, Kemisola/m/Kemi Kasali, and then you save it. That's it about customizing your URLs on LinkedIn. Next slide. I think I'm rounding up now. Yes. So what's the benefit? A whole lot of benefits. You get recognized. Yes. You like our co-facilitator said, it gets 3 to 4 job invites, people reaching out to him on a weekly basis. Then you stand out. from the crowd with a well-researched keywords. Yes, you need to use those research keywords which I've informed you about. It also helps to control your web image. You just want the only the professional image you want to create, you want to project out there, is what you are able to control it. Maybe some people have had a bad experience about you, maybe online or online. You can control your image out there on LinkedIn. It boosts your online presence by virtue of what you say, what you say, how you make comments, how you share people's comments. You keep it, you keep an active watch on your environment. Yes, like somebody make a comment and you feel it resonates with your values, or it's something that it's part of something you want to make comments about. Make comments about it, share it, like it, do something about it. Don't just be quiet, be active. Don't be a passive audience, be an active audience. You understand? You can be active, capture who you are. So another benefit, it helps capture who you are, what you do, and what you are good at, and then what you want to achieve from your career. And then lastly, it gives you a better LinkedIn profile. Anybody just go through your profile, like what Temilolu, she never asked me what I do. She only went to my profile and spool off the information. I'm not even here when she was doing the introduction, but I'm sure she was able to spool out what I do, and she's able to tell you what I do. And we never had a conversation. All she did was just to go to my profile and then got all the information she wanted. Next slide, thank you. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. If you have any question, yes, yeah, here for your question. Thank you.
Yay! Thank you so much, Thank you so much, Kemi. Thank you so much, Matthew. I wish that this was like a physical meeting, so everyone could stand up and give you guys a bow. You too, a bow. Thank you so much. This was a very enlightening session, and we are glad you did this with Career Life Nigeria. So now we'll take questions. There's a question one of the participants sent earlier. Please, if you have any questions, do drop them in the chat box, or if you'd want to read them out, you can do that. Let me read one question someone sent earlier. Yes, everyone is saying thank you. Okay. We have a question from sorry, please. Okay, I can't seem to find the question again. Okay, we have a question from Titilayo Philip Adetunji. She's asking, my question is, what if those that are presently not working? Okay, that should be off. What of those that are presently not working? What do we put briefly in the profile? So I think Matthew should answer that.
Okay, yes, thank you so much. Yes, we have people that are not working, and so they are the category of job seekers that I said earlier, category of people that can be on LinkedIn, so job seekers. So now, luckily for us, if you look at LinkedIn, has made it easy for you to say you are open to job or something. You can have that tag on your profile picture. So if you are currently not working, or you don't have any working experience at all, so it's better working experience at all. Job seeker, you don't need to keep it, you don't need to hide it. Put it there that you don't have any job, that you are seeking for job. And so anybody that comes in there, so if I want to search, let's say I'm going through this LinkedIn search engine to say those open for job, or job seekers, or new hires, or new graduates, I should be able to find you and pick you up from there. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Matthew. Kemi, would you want to add something to that? Do you have
Okay,
anything to
yes.
add to it?
Yes, I would just like to add something to that. For people looking for job, like aside from putting searching for job, you have your I'm trying to remember these words, your summary, the summary about who you are. Like you can just come up with a very short, like a graduate of, interested in, good at, good with, just a few things. Nobody is, we are all born a tabula rasa, like a state where we don't know anything. But in the course of you growing, going to school, you've learned one or two skills you've been able to learn. You've done one internship, you've volunteered. So put those things. It's part of it. You've done something. Sometimes I get furious when people say, I'm looking for work, I don't have anything to put on my CVs, but you volunteer for something. Part of this session, you are, I don't know whether Career Life is a platform for young people where they are all mentored, and you can also put, probably you assisted in sharing, making publicity or the likes. You can say, I'm a volunteer for Career Life as a social media analyst or a social media something. But tell us what you did, and you're like, what you've been able to learn. Just make it short, put, and then you also let people know that you are open to the volunteer experience. Put your volunteer experience there. If you've done any intern, if you learned any skills, you've worked with people, just come up with that story. Your soft skills, this is where your soft skills is also necessary. You need it where you put, okay, you're good at problem solving. Now, the problem solving is obviously not an advanced one, but obviously at one or two things you've been able to do. However, I will advise that you can go on Google and check a sample of summary objective. Yes, career objective. That's the word I was actually trying to look for. Go to Google and search for career objective for fresh graduates as human resource personnel. Don't Google career objective. No, there are a lot of career objectives. We have millions of thousands of job titles out there. You need to be very specific. So if you are looking for HR intern, or you want to become an HR person, or you want to become a business analyst, or you want to become an engineer, or you want to become an accountant. So career objective for career objective for an accountant, for a fresh graduate, it will come up. Pick an idea there and tell a story about yourself that resonates with you. I'm not saying you should copy and paste. We know I won't say we are lazy Nigerians. Just what resonates with you, what you know you are capable of doing for fresh graduates, and then put it out there. And trust me, it works. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ma. Olaoluwa, just before we take your question, would like YJ to share her thoughts too. She's also into it.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. So I'm someone that has used LinkedIn Recruiter a lot of times. So there's this formula I usually tell people. So just do a reverse psychology or a reverse mentoring, whatever you call it. If you are a recruiter, what is that thing that someone would search for your profile to come up? That's the answer. So even if you're job seeking, which is what LinkedIn also accommodates, if they were to search for, I don't know, if your name is Kemi, what do you think that they will write if they want to find me? That is your answer. So if you want to build a career in customer service, HR, whatever, as a recruiter, I would search for, if I'm looking for an HR manager, or let me leave HR, I'm looking for a marketing manager. What do you think I'll search for? I'll look at marketing manager. What are the synonyms for marketing managers? I will see growth and marketing. I will see experiential. I will just search for different of these words. And if you understand LinkedIn Recruiter very well, as someone who has used it and someone who people have found through LinkedIn Recruiter, you will now also put some of the skills that are needed. So ensure that if someone is looking for me, my skills are there, and my profile title correctly says those things that someone would type. I think that's your answer. So don't just, I also feel that you shouldn't even put, maybe, for example, if you are the head of HR for Chevron, that should not be your profile title, because that is not your identity. Your identity is you are an HR manager. You probably are an expert in performance management, or you probably are an expert in, if you're a marketing person, or if you're a finance person. So I think that is what you should put in your main headline, that thing that is below your name. Then if you now want to come under and start writing stories, that's fine. But those are some of the key things. If you go to LinkedIn Recruiter, the headline, the skills, and the location, I think those are a few things that are there. And so many things we call it Boolean search, that you actually search when finding people. And I think that, let me just round up there. But I have other things to say at the end, but I think that will just stop here. Thanks.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Olaoluwa Oloyede, you have your hand raised. You can unmute yourself and ask your question. After that, we'll take Demisola and Temitope Ojo. Olaoluwa,
all right, thank you very much. Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, please, you can ask your question.
All right. Okay. So my question goes to the facilitator. So basically, for high-level roles, I've heard. Okay. So I had an opportunity to speak to an international recruiter that recruits for multinationals and all that. And so I asked her, okay, so what do you look for, when it comes to high-level roles? So, I heard someone say that, so you need to put like details of what you do, what you've achieved and all that. But she told me that you don't need to put a lot of story for high level roles. You just want to see very high level summary for each of the jobs you've had and all that, not high level, because putting a lot of story positions you as an executioner rather than a strategist. Do you understand? So I just like to get the thoughts of the facilitators on that, specifically you and these thoughts.
Okay, why they then the facilitator?
Okay. So I would say different strokes for different recruiters. Now it's the same way there's no hard and fast rule for CVs. It's like what if you ask a recruiter, hey, they'll say, do this. Don't let your CV be more than 1 page. And I will say, don't let it be more than 4 pages. But I think for LinkedIn, your strategy differs. I think they've already mentioned it, the level you are at. For a senior level person, I agree with you that if you put too much stories, I just want to see your achievements. I want to see how the achievements have impacted the bottom line. Because if you're a high level person, everything is all about bottom line, whether you're in finance, you're in marketing, even if you're in HR or you're in sales. So for a C-level person or someone who wants to be in that manager or senior manager position, let it be more achievement-based, not task-based, which I agree with you. But then, again, you don't know whoever is searching. If you're a mid-level person, it can be a combination of both. And I feel but I think more importantly, are you able to show that your skill set is relevant to the current demands of the workplace, right? So if you are, I don't know, if you're a software engineer, for example, and you're still using, there's this language that I would say they still even use C and C++. There's this thing they used to teach us then in Told, but I can't remember. You're not going to put it there until you know how to use it. It's just wasting your time. I think just ensure it's relevant. I hope that answers, and anyone can add to it. I'm done talking,
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Matthew and Kemi, please, would you like to share your thoughts on that, on what Olaoluwa asked based on?
Yeah. Well, for me, Yewande has done justice to the question.
Okay, thank you. We have a question from Bemisola and Temitope, so I'm going to read Bemis first. For someone transitioning from customer service to tech, do you suggest I put both on my profile or just my career update? If one wants to transition from customer service to tech, what would you suggest? Should she put both industries on her profile, or should just be career? Okay, Matthew, are you answering that? Or Kemi would?
Sorry, I feel like the person needs to clarify though, because if you say tech, tech is quite vast. So like is it as a product manager, or is this as an HR person in the tech space also? Okay, she said data analyst. Okay, all right. So
Okay. Um, you said transiting from customer service to tech. So,
Like,
yeah.
so
Okay.
what should
Now,
we add on our career profile? Should she put both or just one, or which one? That's what she's trying to ask, I guess. I believe.
for the area of job experience, of course, it should be complete there. You know, just like what Gino said, what you are currently, where you sit on currently, if it is in this case of this person is tech, if the transition is completed, of course, tech is now the new normal for that person. And the customer service role should be there. If you check my own, I've done lecturing. I've lectured before in the Polytechnic, I've lectured in university, I've lectured in CIPM study centers. They are there. I did not remove it. That does not still stop what I do currently. So whether you're transiting from customer service to HR or to engineering to tech, for you to be able to have transit from one career skill to another career skill, you have excellently done something that is very heavy, which should be applauded for. You don't need to keep it. For someone to transit from customer service to tech it's not a rocket science. It's actually not rocket science. It's rocket science, I want to say. It goes beyond the mental health. It goes beyond breaking barriers for you to have done that. So don't keep it away. Let it be there. Let people see. Let everybody see it there that you moved from customer service to tech. It's good. And so for your headline, let your headline show what you currently do. If you're a product specialist, if you're a product manager for a particular company, you're now an IT specialist, if you're a cloud, put it there. Let it be visible for us. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Matthew. There's a question specifically directed to Kemi, but Kemi, would you like to add something to Matthew's thoughts to help Demisola?
Well, not exactly. I feel they both responded to
Okay.
that clearly. No knowledge is lost. Whatever career occupation you have taken in the course of your career journey, I think you should put it there because you might even need that knowledge even as a tech person. Thank you. For instance, if you are like an HR BP for a tech person, you would likely need to understand every role in that engineering or whatever tech company you do. You need a knowledge of what each of those roles is about before you can be able to function. So no knowledge is lost, whether you're a teacher or something, you can always leverage on that experience. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, YJ.
Okay, I agree. But then I want to also add something, right? You know where once a recruiter looks at your profile, the first thing is like what is staring at them in the face because most times they have a very short attention span. If it is not what you want them to see, you know, LinkedIn has a way where you can toggle, right? You can rearrange it. So don't take it off, but please put it at the bottom. So it's more of emphasize what you want them to see and de-emphasize the one you don't want them to see. See, to be honest, I moved from engineering to HR. When I wanted to move, not that I took away my engineering or the PDMS and blah, blah, blah that I learned, but I de-emphasized it. So if you keep showing me in my face that you want to move into HR, I'm still all engineering, grammar, blah, blah, blah. I would say this person doesn't want to move. So push it to the bottom, while put the one at the top to be your experience in tech, the certifications or the internships you have done, and then move down to the bottom. Not that you should remove it, but please don't make the mistake of just leaving, let it be competing. You know, village people be competing with the ones that you want them to see. Before they now see the one you want them to see, they will have lost interest or they just be like, this person is not qualified. Thanks.
all right.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
All right. So sorry, I think I wanted to add like something to. I mean, you and they already mentioned some of the things I wanted to say, but yeah, I think it's important to take note of that. If you are transitioning, just like you and they mentioned, you should actually de-emphasize like the customer. So using the customer service as an example now. I mean, I haven't exactly done a lot of recruitment, but I mean, from the little I know, if you are transitioning, for instance, the first thing that people, and this is where I advise that try to be very intentional about your choice of words. So for someone transitioning into data analysis, for instance, now, so maybe your profile summary can start with something like a data analyst enthusiast or something, or a data analysis enthusiast or something, maybe with a background in customer experience or something. So like the whole idea is just that, whatever you're transitioning into, let that be like the first thing people are seeing, and then somehow you're also mentioning what you've done before. Yeah, so that was just what I wanted to mention.
Thank you so much, Yomi. Thank you. We have a question from Temitope Ojo, but it's actually directed to Kemisola. She's asking, Temitope Ojo, he or she's asking, please, I didn't clearly get the parts Kemi mentioned, task and activity based. Maybe examples could help. Thank you. Kemi.
Okay, I made an example. I actually gave an example when I mentioned that I said a task is you want to recruit say a digital media person. That's the task given, that's the task at hand. Then the activity, there are a lot of activities, there are a lot of BAUs, business as usual. That's the activities that goes into that. You want to recruit is a task, but how are you going to recruit it? Step by step process. So you, for instance, if you are a talent acquisition person, your JD says you recruit, you shortlist, you outsource, you do this, you do that. You are not putting it one by one, like all those plenty things, just because you want to show that that's what you do. No, you can just put, like, you see end-to-end recruitment process, that's a task. End-to-end recruitment process, just put it there. And then what else do you do? Maybe candidate relationship management, that's another task. So you just put them, just make sure that you are not telling us so many activities that you do that is always on your JDs. So let it be task oriented. And then for as you grow in your career path, as you grow, and then as you go up in that career ladder, you cannot make it achievement based, because you've done those things over and over. The people are not now interested in your achievement. So you now tweak, you switch from activities from task oriented to activities achievement oriented rather. I don't know if you got that. So there are a lot of activities that into a single task. So make sure you find the keywords to capture one thing you are saying. Find a keyword to capture one thing you are saying, and then it gives you ability to say as many as you want to, but in a very simple, short word and consigned word rather. Thank you. I hope I'm clear.
Temitope, are you still here? Are you satisfied with the answer? Okay, it's fine with it. It's fine. All right, so we have a question from Paul Martha, but I'm not sure I understand the question. Perhaps you can unmute yourself, Paul Martha, and ask. Martha is asking, what of someone transitioning without an experience in HR? The question is not so clear to me. I don't know if the
Okay,
facilitators understand.
I think this has been answered. It's just that it's being asked in another way. You don't have experience. You are just saying you don't have experience. What if someone transiting without an HR experience? It's just like saying that you don't have any work experience. You want to start working. Just ensure that on your LinkedIn profile or on your resume, whatever thing you want to do, you put in, probably you've taken a course, you've gone for a training, or you've had a seminar on something, or you've done one or two projects on that. Just ensure that those things is built into your resume and your LinkedIn profile, and then whatever experience you have, push it at the back. Don't let it compete with whatever thing you are envisaging, and then also tell us your interests. Part of your career objective should be, I seek into transitioning into HR because I have interest in X, Y. Your area of interest should be also stated there. So whatever experience you have in the past, if you have experience, let it be minimal. And if you don't have any experience at all, let it be your soft skills and trainings, courses you've taken, and then projects you are opportune or that you volunteered, or your OPT, your positive experience, your positive job experience that you've had. Just put it there. I think that should suffice. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Kemisola. I think that's all the questions we have on this Zoom call for this session. But just before we leave, I would like to say that every participant on this call, you can please network with the facilitators. We have Kemisola M. Kasali. Yes, that's a LinkedIn profile name, I'm sure. Kemisola M, then Kasali. Then we have Matthew Edige. Now, Matthew with just one T. I'm used to Matthew with double T's, but he had to correct me. Matthew with just a T. I would like to take final thoughts from our facilitators. If you have just to round up so we can be done before 6:30, that's just like 6 minutes. So we'll give each facilitator 1 minute each to just share their final thoughts or anything else you'd like to say. Who would go first? Matthew, please. Let's do men first today.
Okay. To all job seekers, to young school leavers, experienced practitioners, always keep it cool while you're on LinkedIn. The best place you can tell people who you are, the best place people can tell who you are, the best place you can sell yourself, especially in the area of your career and high level of professionalism, is on LinkedIn. So whatever information you want to put there should be accurate, should be the truth, and should be evidence-based. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Matthew. Thank you. That was on point. Kemi.
All right, for me, my pattern word is keep it short and simple. Whatever thing you are doing, just keep it short and simple. Be who you are, be the original you. Just know that whether you have experience or you don't have experience, be original, be intentional with any information you are projecting out there. We have a lot of talking people out there, but don't just talk, be original, be intentional with anything you are projecting out there. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Kemi. YJ. Final.
Okay, thank you very much, everyone, for attending the session. And to our facilitators, thank you so much for taking out time from your busy schedule to do this. Final thought for me is this. You really can't expect to read something you don't sow into. And the same thing about LinkedIn. For you to reap the benefits of LinkedIn, you have to be intentional about it. So what is being intentional? It's making deliberate efforts to learn how it works and to also invest in networking. Investing doesn't really mean money, but your time and tactics in learning these things. So one thing that I think I want to share something. I want to share my screen, right? I want to show you something. So do I even need to share it? There's this thing on LinkedIn that I put in so much research on LinkedIn, but there's this thing on LinkedIn that it shows you every week how many search appearances you've gotten, and the kinds of people that are what are the keywords they are actually searching for that made them find you. That's how I think that's like the oracle or if you were to do a truth and lie detector, that is how you will know if your LinkedIn is optimized. Now I'm using my phone. I don't even know how to share. I think you should actually see this. I don't know how to share. It's asking anyway. Let me just forget about it. So anyway, I think how you will know is if they say, for example, the people found you, people typed, because I checked recently, they said they used marketing, and that was one of the keywords that people found me with. And there's a problem because I'm not a marketing person, right? It should show the kind of titles that you want to be for. So I think what you need to do is, if those kind of things start, maybe they tell you that LinkedIn tells you had 100 search appearances, and one is marketing, another one is customer service, another one is finance, then you need to know that your profile has a problem. Then second thing I think they've already mentioned is building relationships. You really can't just go into someone's DM and ask for a favor if you've not built a relationship. How can you build a relationship on LinkedIn? By constantly engaging on people's posts, engaging like intellectual engagement anyway, not just something that doesn't make sense. And that's how you get noticed. So if tomorrow your CV lands in this person's desk, they'll be like, is that not the one that is always, saying some really interesting things? And they'll be like, oh, that one day, oh, even if they want to invite you for the sake of meeting you, they'll be like, oh, I recognize you because you probably made efforts to engage more. And for people who feel that, I don't have anything to say, all the gurus, when they are talking, who am I not to talk? See, imposter syndrome is real, and I will never stop talking about it because it tends to make you feel like you're not smart enough or you don't have anything to say. If you have something to say, please say it, right? And if it makes sense, and just ask somebody that, what do you think about this thing? Ask people that care about you and not, negative vibes people that will just dampen your spirit, people that can actually give you constructive criticism and then, move forward. But lastly, I want to thank Kemi for making this happen. Thank God for her in ensuring that career life activities do happen. Please let's give Kemi a round of applause. She's been amazing. Even when she went out today, she still ensured that this session happened. Left to me, I probably would have forgotten or done something else. And she's always ensuring that people, we keep tab of this thing. Temi, thank you so much. I appreciate you and all you do for career life. And also thank you to our facilitators.
All right, thank you so much, Ma. Thank you to our facilitators.
Sorry, Temi. Sorry,
yes.
Temi. The example she was trying to give, I just had to help her to project it so that probably she can say one or two things about it. She was trying to talk about keywords you were found for. So this is just a sample of what she's trying to.
Thank you. God bless you. So you can see it, right? So you see, Kemi is a guru in LinkedIn now. So you can see the keyword she was found for. Now I saw one on my own. I saw pilots. If I could share it, because I worked in a company that had pilots inside, right? So I don't know how people search for pilots and my name comes out in pilot. But if you see hers, you see that the kind of title she wants to, the keyword she was fine for, she's in HR, head manager. She's very good. You give her profile 100%. So I think that's what you need to do. Modify your keywords and ensure that when a recruiter goes and pays for, how much LinkedIn recruiter is? It's crazy expensive. It's over 50-something thousand, right? Can't even afford it. I make my company pay for me. But you know how difficult it is for us to search. We have to put in so many keywords. It's almost like mini coding, right? And so if you yourself need to ensure that you're also gamifying the system. And because it's just simple understanding how the algorithm works and how you can ensure. I know some people that every search, if I search for finance people, their profile comes out because they understand how LinkedIn works. So take your time to research more than even this class, being out in front of recruiters every time. And one day, Google or Facebook will reach out to you and you'll be like, yay. Anyway, bye-bye. Thank you so much, Kemi, for this.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Kemi. Thank you so much, Matthew. Thank you so much, Yomi, for sharing your thoughts and adding to this to help people. Thank you so much, YJ. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. So I shared the link to our Telegram community in the chat box. You can see it there. You can join our Telegram community. You get a lot of benefits, all right? We do this every month. So community members fill a Google form and tell us career issues that bothering them that they would like clarification on, and then we try to source for facilitators and we give you the best of the best. As you can see, Matthew and Kemisola did justice this evening, and even though we had to really make the time short so we don't keep people for a long period, they really still did justice. So you can connect with them via LinkedIn, watch their follow their footprint, see what they're doing, and then try to map up yours too. And to all job seekers, we wish you the very, very best. So we're gonna do this again next month. And of course, please follow our social media handles. And yes, Career Life Nigeria has a program coming up July. It's called the Employability Fitness Program. This program is for every career professional from 0 to 3 years experience, work experience, right? And we encourage you to apply. It's free. It's free. You get all the details if you follow us on any of our social media platforms. We're on LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. So that's going to be it for this month. We'll meet again next month. Of course, if you are on a Telegram channel, we'll still meet again before next month. Thank you so much, everyone. Good night. Good night. Good night, Kemi. Good night, Matthew. Good night. everybody. Yes, if you're an undergraduate too, you can also register for the employability fitness program. Thank you so much, Emmanuel. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye-bye.